Okay, so usually I stay out of men's business, but I had to give my 2 cents on this Drake and Joe Budden beef. As we all know, Drake has dropped his highly anticipated album For All the Dogs, which is expected to sell 400,000 plus copies on the Billboard 200 and is going to be his most commercially successful release since CLB. Despite that, Drake's album has been met with mixed reviews. Here's actually a negative one that he did see and posted to his Instagram stories. Hip Hop Podfather Joe Budden shared his review of For All the Dogs on his podcast. I'm going to show you a clip that stood out the most.
I miss the Drake that was rapping for the rappers. I miss the Drake that when he dropped, the rappers hit him. Not these little fucking kids. I don't give a fuck about you and Kai Cenat. That's going to sound like hate.
It is.
It's not hate.
It's not hate.
It is.
It's not hate.
Go find some niggas your fucking age. Hang out with them. Get some of that sauce.
That's not what keeps you. No, that's not what keeps you popping.
Fuck these kids.
That's not what keep you popping. And if that's the game he playing, I gotta play this game.
All the older niggas streaming music and buying it, Joe. No,
all
that
shit y'all saying for me applies to the field. I have long before called this nigga the golden child. Different set of rules apply.
Correct.
He's him. He is not one of them that y'all telling me about.
Academics posted about that. Drake saw it Academics' IG page, and this is how he responded. Okay, so there was a lot that was said there. Not gonna lie, I did not expect that kind of response, but here is what XFK Twitter had to say about all that. Rich flex. Facts, though. Translation. Somebody get Jada on the phone. Damn. Okay, so it's always interesting when OGs hop in the ring, and Ebro has a couple of tweets on this. He also had a tweet mentioning, basically likening like Jay-Z to Drake's approach to things. But anyway, check out Twitter for more context on that. So yeah, lots of opinions on what Joe said, lots of opinions on what Drake said. Joe actually also responds to this, so go to Academics' post and you'll be able to find it. But I want to highlight a particular part of Drake's response that I think is super important. Boom, this right here. So there are a lot of takeaways that you can get from this entire exchange, but I really, really resonated with what Drake had said here, because there's this saying that like those who can't do critique, and there's some truth to that. Let's talk about Kanye West for a second. So you're probably like, what does he have to do with this? He has a lot to do with this. So for context, Drake is 36 years old. I want to show you a clip of a very famous rant that Kanye went on when he was also 36 years old. I was shook at how much this relates to what's happening with Drake right now.
And I talk to these heads, you know what I'm saying? These like older dudes that run companies. And it's hilarious to me. I only listen to people who are younger than me. These are the only people with ideas. You cannot give me any advice. You can help me. You can support Donda. You can cut a check. You can help me build some infrastructure. But I have the ideas. No one older than me has a better idea than me, because I'm the only 36-year-old me. I'm the most relevant voice on the planet Earth at age 36, post being the most hated. So don't try to tell me anything. Help me. Help me. Help other people.
Do you go in and talk to corporations like that? You know,
yes.
I think...
Okay, so I don't know if Drake and Kanye are beefing or not. It's okay if they are, but I think it's just so interesting how essentially when Kanye made that video and Drake responding now, like they're both essentially like at the top of their game. They're as big as they can be, but they're also like in their villain era and embracing it. So just thought that was interesting. So it's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of drama. It's also the last night of Drake's It's All a Blur tour. So I love the fact that he coincided the release of the album with the last night of this tour. And then, of course, all this stuff is happening. But it seems like he's in relatively good spirits and that he wants to maintain positive vibes. So important thing. You may or may not know that Drake had announced Friday, aka yesterday, that he would be taking a break from music allegedly around a year to be able to focus on himself and his health because of stomach issues. And I am excited about this for him. I've been listening to Drake for a long time. I've been a fan of him even before he started rapping for real or became mainstream in rap, since like his Degrassi days. And it's been super interesting watching him evolve, not just musically, but also in terms of his public persona and public perception, right? He went from being like this pretty kind of like beloved rapper for the most part to a super polarizing and controversial figure, especially in this last calendar year. So it's going to be super interesting to see what a break for him looks like, and more importantly, how he's going to return in terms of who he is, what he sounds like, just all of it. So I'm really interested in seeing what good this break does him, both personally and professionally, and hopefully he'll come back better than ever. My final thoughts, I love this take. It's about the duality, baby. Happy Hip Hop 50.